husband walks in, looks around, and softly asks, "Babe, are you okay?" And you, holding everything inside, smile and say, "I'm fine." But of course, you're not fine. You're simmering, calm on the outside, bubbling underneath. That quiet kind of silence that looks peaceful, but feels like a weight pressing on your chest. Hi, I'm Amanda from Detroit, and welcome to How to Keep Your Man. Real talk about love after the honeymoon phase, when affection meets chores, work, and the unspoken expectations that quietly shape our relationships. In each episode, I'll unpack one of the small, silent mistakes that almost cost me my marriage. Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't know better. Today's lesson: expecting my husband to read my mind. When I first married Ken, I truly believed that if a man loved you enough, he'd just know what you needed. If I was upset, he'd feel it in his heart. If I needed help, he'd sense it in the air like Wi-Fi. No words, no effort, just deep, magical connection. Sounds romantic, right? But in real life, it's a setup for disappointment. One Saturday made that painfully clear. I was cooking, cleaning, folding laundry, juggling everything like a one-woman circus, while Ken sat on the couch watching football, cheering at the screen like he was part of the team. I thought, how can he just sit there while I'm drowning in chores? Doesn't he see me? Instead of speaking up, I clanged pots louder, slammed a few drawers, sighed dramatically. Finally, he looked over and asked, "Amanda, are you angry?" And I, in my award-winning performance, said, "Why would I be?" The silence that followed was louder than any fight. At first, those moments seemed small, but silence builds up like dust in corners. Over time, it turns into resentment. I collected tiny frustrations until one night, pregnant and exhausted, Ken came home late. He thought everything was fine, because I'd said nothing. Then he dropped his shoes in the hallway, and I exploded. "You don't care about me! You never notice me!" I cried. He stared, confused, and said, "But you never told me you needed help." That's when it hit me. He wasn't ignoring me. He just wasn't psychic. The long-term effect? Distance. Our conversations shrank to logistics, bills, groceries, the baby. The laughter faded. He stopped asking if I was okay, because whatever he said seemed wrong. We became polite roommates, living together, but miles apart emotionally. It wasn't that he didn't care. It was that I'd built a wall of unspoken expectations he could never climb. Then, one Sunday, our pastor's wife said something that stopped me cold. "Sis, God gave you a mouth, not Bluetooth. Use it." Everyone laughed, but I felt that truth pierce right through my pride. I realized I'd been waiting for love to be effortless when it was meant to be intentional. So I started practicing what she called small honesty. Instead of sulking, I said, "Ken, I'm overwhelmed. Can you help with the dishes?" Or, "Love, I miss you. Can we talk tonight? No phones, no football?" And every single time he responded. Not perfectly, but with heart. Those moments of honesty began to melt the ice between us. It took years to unlearn that quiet pride, the belief that true love means never having to explain yourself. I used to think asking for help made me weak, or that admitting loneliness meant I was ungrateful. But silence doesn't make you strong. It makes you invisible. If I could go back, I'd tell my younger self, your husband's love isn't proven by how well he guesses your feelings, but by how safe you feel sharing them. Love isn't about mind reading. It's about communication, vulnerability, and grace. So, to every partner listening, stop expecting them to read your mind. Speak up, ask for help, laugh through the awkward talks. Use your words like bridges, not weapons, because clumsy honesty beats perfect silence every single time. Now, when I see couples whisper arguing in a cafe, I smile. At least they're talking. Silence is how I almost lost my man. Speaking up, awkwardly, honestly, imperfectly, is how I began to keep him. Join me next time on How to Keep Your Man as we explore more lessons about love. Not fairy tales, but everyday moments where patience meets truth. Until then, keep your heart open, your words honest, and your love loud enough to be heard.